Everybody wants to know the update on the RX1. So far, she's looking like the Terminator. Stripped down.
Yeah. So we picked up a turbo kit for this sled I got used. And so far we have, the turbo has been mounted in. I've extended the tunnel on this sled. We're putting 163 skid and track on it. And it's a bender turbo. It's got an intercooler that runs underneath the tunnel. Can you get under there, Simon?
So basically the snow hits the cooler and
so it's a
cools it
snow
down.
to air intercooler. And I've just been working on the plumbing for, we've got oil lines and coolant lines and doing all the mods to put that in. Did a post forward mod on this. The post forward usually comes out, the post comes out here, but now it's coming out here. Hold on, Sawyer. I'll be just a minute, okay? And the carbs are stock carbs, but the guy sent the carbs. He'd upgraded the tops from plastic to metal, and I'd already glued all the fittings on this. It's all put together so that when it's under boost, nothing blows apart. We've got a fuel pump system here with a regulator. So there's a fuel pump, and it ties into the existing tank. There's also an oil pump that sits up front here, and that feeds oil to the turbo. So just trying to mount all this. It's been installed once, so it's kind of easy. to have some instructions, but it's not exactly as the instructions because he changed some things. So anyways, we're getting to the point where I'm just bolting everything together, and hopefully in the next week or two we'll have it running and off to the races.
Rock and rolling. Yeah, literally it'll be probably the night before you'll be dialing it in.
It's one thing putting it all together, getting it running, and then just figuring out how to tune it or whatever. It's a different beast for us. We've never worked on 4-strokes before, so it'll be interesting. They're little, you know, if it's not running right, it's not going to grenade the motor. It might just run like crap, you know, unless we really took too much boost and melt it down. But you know, if you start low and work at it, if it's not like a 2-stroke. If you got the wrong fuel mixture and you blow it up, you know, these things, you're basically just running straight gas like a car. And you know, so it's a little bit more forgiving as far as that goes. I don't know, put her together and see how she flies.
Yeah, it should be pretty funny. We're gonna need a longer field.
So we got the river for it until it melts, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's gonna be pretty awesome, especially with that track on it. That's a Challenger track?
It's a stock Polaris track off the new Pros. It's a little more rigid than the one I think that you had, but it was, I don't know, I just been piecing this together at low budget as I can. Adds up quick. Yeah,
the guy wrecked the front end, like you said before in the other video.
Yeah,
you've got to fix that up a little bit.
So I got to fix. They broke out the bolts here, so I got to fix for that. I'm gonna make a steel bracket and weld the bolt for the suspension to the steel bracket. And I've got all new A-arms, narrow A-arms off of a mountain machine. The nice thing with this sled is that parts are cheap. There's lots of them. They're old. Nobody really wants them, and parts are very cheap. So
there you go.
I've got some new gearing. You can see the chain case is open. Well, I had to put all new track, but I've got some new gearing. I got a new gear here to put on, lowering the gearing a bit for the bigger track and for the type of riding we're going to be doing with it. And, nothing too major to the motor, other than the turbo.
Awesome.
We made an extra cooler. Took one of our old Rev coolers and modified it. It's going to go underneath the tunnel here, just to give some extra cooling for the turbo, because it's going to create more heat in the engine.
Yeah, all that coolant running through the turbo is going to heat up the coolant even more, which is going to make your engine run hotter. Everything's going to run hotter. You're going to have charge air going through there that's warmer because it's going through your turbo where you've got your exhaust housing there. So everything's going to get hotter. The idea is to keep it cold. The intercooler's good. That's old school intercooler, but as long as it keeps snowing.
Yeah, it's got a big. I just put the carbs on. It's got a big. So this puppy bolts up to the carbs. It's got the blow off valve on it. So that's going to go on up here. It's going to look pretty mean, I think.
You shouldn't put any plastics on this.
No, just run her like you brung.
Just put the A-arms on and let's go. And your column looks awesome. Well, there you go. So what? Another week. You've got 3 days. Get her done.
Yeah. Work's been busy, so.
Yeah, he's had to work all winter. My play friend can't come out and play much. But anyway. Okay.
That's it.
More fun.
Okay.